everyone, welcome back to CBSE Learners. This is me Pooja M. K. Rao. I welcome you all to my online classes where you can learn absolutely free of cost. Then what are you waiting for? Just go and hit the subscribe button along with the bell button so that you will be always notified whenever we post our videos. So our last topic which we have completed was the voice change, and actually we didn't complete. We are supposed to complete that. Few parts are still left. So we have completed what is actually a voice change, what is the voice of a verb, and how to convert from active voice to passive voice and from passive to active in case of simple present, present continuous. Today we will be learning how to convert the voice change from active to passive in case of present perfect tense. Perfect tense. So, as usual, I will be giving you all the examples like one affirmative sentence, one negative sentence, one affirmative interrogative sentences, and one negative interrogative sentence, so that you will be well aware of how to convert in each type of sentences. So, first let me take one affirmative sentence which is actually in present perfect tense. Okay. So, first sentence we are going to take is affirmative sentence. Okay. So, what is that affirmative sentence? It's actually a statement. So, we can take he has eaten his breakfast. Okay. So, see here, this is one of the example of present perfect tense. As we can see here, we can see the auxiliary verb has. Why it is has? Because here we are using third person singular number he. So, he has eaten. This is the past participle form of the verb and his breakfast. So, in case of active voice, what we know, the focus will always be on the subject. Now here the subject is he. So from this sentence you can see that the focus is on the subject he. Okay. So this sentence is in active voice. Or you can say the voice of the verb is in active. Now let's construct the formula from this sentence. The first thing we are seeing from this sentence is we have used the subject which is he. Okay. Subject is who is doing the work. Okay. Plus has, or if the subject is I, then it will become have. So subject plus has or have plus past participle form of verb, past participle form of a verb plus his breakfast, which is the object with it. So plus object. So this is the formula in case of active voice. So when you are constructing a sentence in active voice, you should remember that you have to keep the focus on the subject. Whatever subject you are taking, you have to keep focus on the subject. So here the subject is he. Plus let's see from the example, let's see we have done it correctly or not, the construction of the formula. So he is the subject, has or have, depending on the number of the subject. Either it is in singular number, third person singular number, or first person singular number, or plural number, depends on the subject. We have to use the auxiliary verb has or have. Okay. Plus past participle form of a verb plus object. So this is the sentence construction of formula from this sentence in case of active voice. Now when we will convert it to active to passive, what we will do? We will focus on the object. Now here the object is breakfast, his breakfast. Okay. So let's construct the sentence. His breakfast has been eaten by him. Okay, so here his breakfast was the object. So we have to bring, in case of passive voice, his breakfast or the breakfast. If you don't want to use his, you can use only the breakfast. Okay, so his breakfast is this object which is the focus, which should be the focus in case of passive voice. His breakfast has been, because this breakfast is a single person in singular number, so we are using has been eaten by him. So here we are adding one been. Okay, so here the formula will be object plus has or have plus been plus past participle form of verb plus by plus object. Sorry, subject, not object. Object will be the focus. It will be the subject. Okay. In case of passive voice, the focus should be on the object, and at the end we are going to put the subject. Okay. So this is in case of affirmative sentence, that is positive sentence. Now, if we want to make it a negative sentence, what we need to do? We need to add a not. Okay. So when we add something negation like not, did not, so it becomes negative. It gives us a sense of negation. So those are known as negative sentence. Okay. So I hope voice change in case of affirmative sentence is clear to you. Now I will be giving you one example of the negative sentence. How to convert a negative sentence? What will be the formula in case of a negative sentence? Okay. Now let's erase this one. Present perfect tense. Okay. Now we'll be giving the negative sentence. Now same example we'll take, only we'll add the not. He has not eaten his breakfast. Okay. So here we can see we have used this word not. So it is giving you a sense of negation. And here the focus is on the subject, that is he. So we can call this the subject, this sentence or the voice of the sentence or the voice of the verb is an active voice. Okay. Active voice. Now how to change this one? So now before changing we need to construct the formula. What will be the formula? Subject plus has or have depending on the subject. Always remember the has or have or the auxiliary or the modal you are using will be has or have. It depends on the subject. If it is I, you, they, it will be have. If it is he, she or it or any singular name or noun, then it will be has. Okay. So here the extra we are adding is not, because it is in a negative sentence. Okay. And then it will come the past participle form of a verb. Form of a verb plus his breakfast, which is the object plus object. Okay. So this is the sentence or the formula for active voice in case of present perfect tense in case of negative sentences. Okay. Now how to construct, how to convert this sentence into passive voice. So to make it a passive voice, the first thing we need to do is to bring the object first. So his breakfast has not been. So everything will be similar like the affirmative sentence. The thing which we need to add is the not. Okay. His breakfast has not been eaten by him. Okay. So what will be the formula? Object plus has or have plus not plus been plus past participle form of a verb plus by plus subject. Okay, so this is going to be the formula for the passive voice. Okay, so when you are changing voice change, always remember this formula. So don't think that always you will get from active to passive. They can question you to convert it from passive to active. So this formula is also equally important. Okay, now let's take an example of interrogative sentence. Okay, so interrogative sentences are also of two types. Like negative, one will be negative, which will or definitely constitute not, and one will be normal or positive interrogative. Okay, so what will be the interrogative sentence? So we know that it will start with has or have depending on the subject. Okay, so let's take one example. In case of interrogative sentence. Okay, interrogative sentence. The first one will be positive. Okay, or affirmative or positive interrogative. Okay, so let's take one example. Same. Has he eaten his breakfast? Question mark. So we can see that here the focus is on he, but it is in the form of a question. Has he eaten his breakfast? So in case of interrogative sentence, in case of active voice, the question will start with has or have depending on the subject. So the formula will be has or have plus subject plus past participle form of verb plus object with question mark. Okay, so this is going to be the formula in case of interrogative sentence, in case of active voice. Okay, so when we will convert this from active to passive, what we'll do? We'll take the breakfast or his breakfast as the focus, which will come first. So has his breakfast been eaten by him? Has his breakfast been eaten by him? That means here also it will start with the has or have depending on the number of the object plus been plus past participle form of verb plus subject. Okay, so I will be writing the formula here. Okay, can you see? Yes. So let me write once again, or else you can't see. Has his breakfast been eaten by him? Okay, so has his breakfast been eaten by him? This is also a question, but the focus is on the object, so this is going to be in the passive voice. Okay, now how to construct the formula? First thing we need to do is has or have plus object plus been plus past participle form of verb plus by plus subject with question mark. Okay, so this is the formula of converting from active to passive, when you are converting from active to passive in case of interrogative sentence, which is positive interrogative sentence, and in case of present perfect tense. Always remember the tense. you should be very well aware with the tense before you do active passive or voice change, or you are doing any segment like reported speech or active passive. You should be well aware of the this tense. Okay, if you are still confused with the tense, we have uploaded several videos on tense, and part wise videos will be available in our channel, so you can check out those videos if you need help from in case of this tense. Okay, so this is in case of interrogative sentence. Now in case of negative interrogative sentence, what we will do, has he not eaten his breakfast? Okay, so we are just going to simply add not here. Okay, so has he not eaten his breakfast? So it will be better if I erase and I explain to you. Okay, so already I have explained you in case of positive interrogative. Now I'll be explaining you about the negative interrogative. Okay, so has he not eaten his breakfast? So this here, the focus is on he, which is the subject. So the voice of the verb is in active voice. Okay, now what will be the formula? Has or have plus subject plus not plus past participle form of verb plus object. So this is the with question mark, not full stop. Okay, so this is the formula for active voice in case of negative interrogative sentence in case of present perfect tense. Okay. Okay, here I missed out this K. Okay, so has he not eaten his breakfast? So it will be has or have plus subject plus not plus past participle form of verb plus object with question mark. Okay, so this is clear. I think it's clear to you. And next we'll be converting into passive voice. So for passive voice, we have to bring the focus on the object, which is his breakfast. So has his breakfast not been eaten by him? We say usually, right? Has his breakfast been not eaten by him? So this is in passive voice, where we put focus on the object, which is his breakfast. Okay, so we can say this is in passive voice. Okay, now how to construct the formula? We have to use has or have plus object plus not plus been plus past participle form of verb plus by plus subject with question mark. So this is the formula how to convert in passive voice. Okay, so I hope there is no confusion how to change from active to passive in case of present perfect tense. I have given you example of assertive sentence or affirmative sentence, negative sentence, interrogative sentences. Okay, so I hope there is no confusion in this segment. I hope you have liked the video. If you have liked the video, then hit the like button and share with your friends if you think it's beneficial for you. Thanks a lot for staying tuned with us and watching our video.